Dude, why are they forcing us to play this? They just tweeted out the schedule. I mean, I'm not gonna forfeit it. It's just stupid though. Nice try, nice try, nice try. Sorry, boys. I'm like mad tilted from some stupid shit right now.
Positivity, okay?
No.
Positivity and love.
I don't know. ESEA is a fucking just holy shit.
What happened with ESEA?
They're forcing us to play a match that we agreed to reschedule with the other team, even though it's not even being casted.
What?
So now I don't have practice and I'm being forced to play a match that the other team originally asked us to reschedule, and they're enforcing it and they just tweeted out their casting schedule and our match isn't on it. So they're forcing us to play a match for no fucking reason.
So what's the code to Mythic League?
Dude, it's just fucking stupid. Okay. Rescheduling is different this season. A match cannot be moved unless we are notified 48 hours in advance. Has nothing to do with it. We're just not allowed to move matches anymore, chat. And the teams have the teams have to have a match in another league. Teams have 2 wild cards. Don't know what the fuck a wild card is. Oh, okay. It's a wild card is you have to let them know 6 hours before match. What? I play my wild card to reschedule 6 hours before the match. What the fuck is this?
Nice, bro.
I cast you, wild card. That allows me to reschedule to play the fucking match when I need to. God damn. Teams scheduling between one another? No, absolutely not. Working out agreements between Nah, absolutely not. Remember, chat, we're not even being casted. We're not. They have 0 investment for us to do this. They have no like reason to force it. Do wild cards have to be approved by the other team? Who knows what the fuck? Like, the fact that you named a mechanic in which you can schedule a match is dumb. Do we realize how ridiculous that is? Like, you nickname some, just reschedule like adults. Oh my god. So we rescheduled, but apparently because we didn't tell ESEA, the match was never officially moved. It was always at the current time. Unfortunately, the new rules are set in place and I've been told to be very strict about them. Why? Nobody can even get moved into fucking Pro League. In the event of a newly announced overlapping online qualifier, or event, the teams may request to move it. You have to give them a 48-hour window for new events and qualifiers. But what if it's not? What if it's not 48 hours in advance? Like you're not actually being reasonable. They're like wording it, trying to think that they're the good guys. Like, oh, just in case a qualifier pops up, we'll let you reschedule if you give us a 48-hour advance notice. What if there isn't one? What rule? The rule is this: a match cannot be moved unless we are notified 48 hours in advance. Period. End of discussion. The only way you are allowed to move a match now in a professional or a semi-professional division that moves into the Pro League is if you use a wild card that you have to give them 6 hours in advance and you only get 2. What if your fucking internet drops like Rico right before the goddamn match? You get forfeited in a semi-fucking professional league. You wonder why fucking players want to go to fucking Valorant, bro. You gotta play in this shit. Like, chat, realize that a lot of these players aren't professional players, right? They're not paid to play, and they have jobs. They have other obligations in life. They can't always give you a 6-hour window that you can only use twice for fucking matches. I'm molding, dude. I'm fucking molding. Imagine if there was an update today too. I don't even know what the fuck happens then. Do we cast our wild card? CS is down. CS is down. Get me out! Get me out of this! Get me out! What started this? Well, what started this is I just recently learned about ESEA's incredible new scheduling changes that they've enforced and brought into MDL. The pathway in Premier League into the Pro League. You know, the one where you reschedule with other teams and ESEA just says no. You didn't use your wild card 6 hours in advance. Smile. What's a wild card, you say? Just the chance to reschedule your matches. You know, the ones that take you into Pro League. Oh, that's funny. Did I mention that you only get to do that twice? So not only do emergencies just go out the window, but if anything ever comes up more than twice a year season, you're out. these people that make the, like, you guys realize, like, everybody flames these guys for going to fucking Valorant, but you have people that, like, think about this. This is bigger than even just this rule. ESEA, oh, let's go through some more rules. Oh, you made it into the MDL finals. Oh, well, guess what? We actually restructured our league, so you don't get to make pro league this season. Yeah, all that work that you just put into the game for over a year on one team. Yeah, no, we actually restructured, so you'll get another chance at a different time. And you wonder why people don't want to be here. Well, chat, Bad News Bears just died. Literally right on cue. Literally right on fucking cue. Imagine that. The team, by the way, chat, that's the team that should have been in Pro League. Or at least had a shot. Just so you guys know. By the way, I'm only ranting because I was minorly inconvenienced, by the way, chat. It's only about me, guys, clearly. Clearly. Do you see Valorant competitive lasting longer than CS? I think Valorant, like, every single day, I think on one hand, Counter-Strike is the greatest game of all time. And on the other hand, I think of how mismanaged and how much bigger Counter-Strike could and should be. What little tier 2 scene there was domestically, and I would say it's like, what, tier 3 or 4 internationally? You know, the players that lead into pro scenes and like where you get the new names and stuff, you know, that kind of thing. It's killing it, dude. Like what keeps games alive? It's the casual scene, and what keeps these systems alive that pay for these tournaments, you know, ESEA and Face It. People actively playing with their chance at pursuing Pro League. If they don't see a pathway to that, people lose interest, man. There's just no money. There's no room in Counter-Strike for tier 2 or for non-tier 1 CS. If you're not top 20, no one gives a fuck about your watch. There's no point to playing Counter-Strike right now if you're not on the tier 1 teams. There's none. There is no point. You constantly get the shit under the stick. They restructure things that absolutely destroy you, and if you don't have an org behind you, you're out. Well, no org's gonna pick you up until you're in. There's tons of teams that advance in MDL Europe that get paid by orgs, barely any teams in MDL. That's because they get more viewership, and that's because some of those MDL teams in Europe are in other leagues and actually qualify for tournaments. Okay, just so you guys understand, by the way, at least in NA, like the NA problem is really bad. You guys don't understand, chat. Average concurrent players in North America on Counter-Strike is around 40,000. To give you an idea of how egregiously smaller it is compared to EU, average concurrent players from EU each day is 400,000. The scene is much smaller, and the very small scene that is here is leaving because they're getting the shit under the stick. And the one successful thing that happens in NA is ESEA, and ESEA over time has just made so many bad decisions, and they mismanaged so many things. And I don't know, dude. Why would you want to be why? Think really though, guys. Like, put yourself in Bad News Bears shoes really quick. You've played Counter-Strike your entire life. Dedicate your entire season. The closest you get to getting back to Pro League. You spent around 6 months as a roster. You're at LAN. You qualify for your spot at pro relegation, and like no rules, nothing. They just basically say no, and we're restructuring. And now you're getting put back into MDL, and then that season of MDL, because the way ESEA and ESL structured it, has no move ups for a pro league. So you have to wait a minimum of 6 more months to even get a shot at what you already earned. Why would you want to play Counter-Strike at that point? Not even that you don't love the game. Like, you can't even, like, people that start, you just don't love the game. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, these guys dedicated themselves like hours and hours and hours to the game, right? And you expect them to just sit there and be okay with it? Why did they restructure how MDL move up works? I don't understand. Because the tier 1 scene got into a pissing contest with the leagues. So because ESL and Flashpoint get into a semi-franchise league pissing contest, now you've created semi-exclusive leagues with Blast, Pro League, and Flashpoint that are going to carry all the viewership, right? That means if you're not in those leagues, nobody wants to have you as an org. And if you're only in like one and you're not competing in the other tournaments for the lands because you're not top 20, no org wants to pick you up. So you have no org that can buy you into these because you're not top 20, and you're stuck and you can't climb up because they restructure things. What are you supposed to do? And then you got all these fucking 5 heads on Reddit going, oh dude, they're just quitting for the money. Like, yeah, dude, sorry they don't want to sit here for another 6 months at one shot and just get robbed again. Like, no way. Like, the only thing you can do is play good enough to where one of the tier 1 teams pick you up. That's your only shot. It's impossible. The top end of the scene and the way these TOs organize things, because it only matters about viewership because they're businesses, which makes sense in that they make only business decisions. They're not going to do something that focuses on something that's good for the scene but bad for business. They're not. Like, I get it, like, and I honestly understand that. Like, I understand why they do what they do, but it doesn't mean that there aren't repercussions and things that you're shitting on. That's the world, bud. Kinda. Or you can just go switch games and not be a part of a game where the developer doesn't want anything to do with you and pushes you to those businesses. Would you rather go to a scene that is untouched by Valve, right? Except for when they want to permanently ban people, and have business people making business decisions that changes how your livelihood is made, or like your chances at that, what you've always dreamed of? Or would you rather go to a company that literally eats its own shit and loses money on its pro league because they know like that's how you develop it? I don't know, man. Riot has tons of problems internally. They've done tons of shit that's like not good, but also, if I'm a pro player and I'm betting on which one will be more successful or just more stable, maybe, I would say Valorant. Do I have a solution? I mean, the solution would be Valve steps in and puts a fucking leash on some of these TOs. If you tell them to eat shit and that they can only do so many tournaments or whatever, they're not going to stop running the tournaments. They like money. You just limit how much they do so that every single weekend isn't a tier 1 tournament, or every single rerun of every single moment isn't top 20 Counter-Strike reruns and only that CS. Otherwise, no one's going to care about the bottom scene. Come on, let's be real. No offense. You think you'll be able to get into tier 1, tier 2? Brother, I played the game professionally. I'm a fucking streamer now. I don't give a fuck if I'm pro. I turned down a goddamn offer like, what was it? Fucking 5 years ago with 100 viewers. No, you know, like, fuck no. I don't know. I blow ass. I'm old. Who the fuck cares about me, bro? I have zero aspirations. You think I want to fucking go pro and fucking Counter-Strike right now? Fucking eat my own ass. Pray to God, Valorant comp scene doesn't kill the CSGO scene. That's so sad. Dude, it's two different philosophies, man. Like, Riot understands that if they have a successful competitive scene, that people will continue to play Valorant and Valorant will make them more money. And they so desperately believed in this idea, chat, that when they created LCS, they ran at a loss for like the first, I don't even think they only just recently turned like a profit technically on LCS. Meanwhile, you have Valve that wants absolutely nothing to do with Counter-Strike, and they'll let the businesses do business. But what other than LCS do you have? Bro, they got academy teams out the ass. They've created a system where there is a tier 2 like ecosystem, and teams actively pull from their academy teams, and they pay those players, and they sustain themselves because they carry viewership. Like, it's actually really good, man. I'm not saying that it's perfect. I am not saying that. There's always room for improvement, but man, like, every day I am sold more and more. How much do they get paid though? If I'm not mistaken, the academy teams, some of them get around 100K a year, man. Like, I could be wrong. That's still, even chat, all they have to do to make more than an MDL player aspiring to make it into the pro league is basically not sign a contract that makes you a slave for $500 a month. What is the point of MDL? MDL is supposed to be the league that leads into the pro league. Like, it has, you know, everybody for the longest wanted a game like Counter-Strike, and Valve has had it forever, and Valve just does nothing with it. So Valve at any moment could take control of the scene. They just don't. Yeah, Valve owns the game. I hate it because, like, I actually get fucking hella worked up, man. But like, as a streamer, or especially in my position, I feel like people just write me off as like, well, he's just a streamer that likes to bitch about things, or like whatever, like cry is free, Keck W, or he owns Mythic League, that's why he's so upset. Like, it's just like, I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm watching my game get taken for a fucking run, and I'm just watching people milk it for every dollar it's got. The only thing Valve has done that is truly exceptional that nobody else has been able to do is the international. But the international comes with its own set of problems that Valve can't figure out how to fix, which is nothing in Dota 2 matters anymore except for the international. Like, I hate it because, like, I don't even care anymore about the stupid ESEA situation. It just reminded me of all the things that make me really upset right now. Do I still enjoy playing CSGO though? I fucking love Counter-Strike, man. Like, I absolutely fucking love Counter-Strike, man. Greatest game of all time.